Amanda Nunes. Amanda Nunes. She retires after her fight 23-5, 16-2 in the UFC, setting records left and right. She didn't get to fight Pena, so she fought, what was her name? Who'd she fight last night? Aldana. Aldana got her ass kicked. And, I'm okay with her getting her ass kicked. What I'm not okay with is Aldana basically being like neutral, like Switzerland. She didn't do anything. She had her hands up in front of her face. The first couple rounds, she got some shots in. Nunes was kicking her ass. I think it should have been 40-50. I think it was 40, 50-43. It should have been 50-40 fight. Every round should have been 10-8 because that's how much she beat her ass. And then afterwards, she said her mom wanted to retire. She's had nerve damage in her legs that comes up when she trains. She's got a wife. She's got a daughter. She's got her Lioness Gym in South Florida. She yelled out that someone needs to step up now and become the next great fighter from Brazil, a place where she grew up. She said no one knows where it is. She's made a life for herself. She's the greatest of all time. She beat Rousey. She beat Holm. She beat Cyborg. She beat Shevchenko twice. She beat everybody. And I even read that Dana White says the women's featherweight could, since there's no depth there, probably going to be retired, but I'm hoping not. I'm hoping there could be women that could come forward in the future. Yeah, I mean, she said afterwards, she said she knew before the fight, she knew she was done. She had a cut man cut off her gloves, which she put down in which the picture I have. She put down in between her two belts. She defended her UFC bantamweight. She's also the featherweight. Apparently, she will vacate both titles. Pena, who was supposed to fight her, beat her, and then lost in the rematch. That was a hell of a fight win. That ended a 12-fight win streak for Nunes, and she came back and she won it, so she defended her title again. Yeah, amazing. She knew before this was going to be her last fight. Retires 23-5. She lost to Pena at UFC 269, then won the title back at UFC 277. So she lost it in December 2021, got it back in July. So Pena, 35 years old, most wins, UFC women, 16, most title fight wins, 11. That's tied for fourth most in UFC, men or women. She, most finishes in women's history, 10. As I said, she beat everybody. Valentina Shevchenko twice. Cyborg, she beat the shit out of, which was nice to see. Ronda Rousey, Holly Holm. Yeah, Aldana came in 2 straight wins, 7-9, yeah, please. 7-5 in UFC, 14-6 overall. She got her ass kicked. And listen to this. How about this? Significant strikes landed 142-41. 142-141. Unbelievable. Kicked her ass. I mean, she goes down. I mean, come on. 16 wins, UFC, 11 title fight wins, 10 finishes. I mean, she did everything. She came, she saw, she conquered. And Charles Oliveira yesterday, he fought that guy, what was his name? And beat, first round TKO. I mean, Michigan was saying during the fight, he looks, they're so slippery. Like he's spinning around Oliveira. And he had lost his last fight. He wants a rematch with Islam, and I'm going to butcher his last name, but he got the win yet last night. I have it here. I have it in all my notes. Is it here? Yeah. TKO of Beneil Dariush, who come in with an 8-fight win streak and beat the living shit out of him. His win streak, so he beat a guy who won 8 straight, who was looking for a title shot. He has the second most MMA finishes in all, I'm talking Pride, all UFC, 20 finishes. And they said he's going to get probably another title shot. But he had lost to, and I wrote the last name down because that's what JD does on this stuff. He just, let me see, do I have it here? Yeah, I had a lot of stuff. Yes. Rematch with, beat Dariush. He lost at UFC 280 in October to, what the hell's the guy's name? Rear naked choke. He lost to Makhachev. I wrote it down. But of course, Islam Makhachev. I looked it up. So they had fought back at 280 where he lost on a via arm triangle choke submission. Second round, he wants a rematch. He looked great last night. I mean, it was fast. It was quick. It was over. And then I watched, that's what we're doing. Yes. So we had on yesterday, we had on hockey, I had on boxing, and I had MMA on. I had the TV, iPad, phone, and then hockey ended. They almost blew a 3-0 lead. They ended up holding on for a 3-2 lead. So Vegas is going in back home to win it, which we hope I hope will happen. And Adin Hill almost stopped the shot at the end of the game from Matthew Tkachuk, who was so pissed. He's like getting, and then Adin Hill, I guess, got knocked. He's trying to throw, there's haymakers, everybody's throwing punches after the final whistle. They're throwing rats on the ice because, and I didn't know. So that was back in 96 where Scott Mellinsby, there was a rat in the locker room. Everybody kind of freaked out, and he used his stick and slap shot it into the wall where it met its death. So there was some of the rat skin on his stick, and that propelled them to the Stanley Cup Finals where they ended up losing. And he has it now, a piece of that wall and the tape or something in a glass container. And that's why they throw rats on the ice since 96. And hey, the fans were great. I mean, they lost 3-1, but it was a great game. So had that on, and then I watched Teofimo Lopez beat Josh Taylor. They're both, listen to this, after the fight, they're both 19-1 with 13 KOs, but Lopez, the guys calling the fight had 117-111. He won that on one card, and I said, this is probably 115-113, which is what the judges gave it. And Taylor